Welcome to Miss Matthews' Littlest classroom. This tutorial is the second step in creating your boom cards. In this video, we're going to take the background image we created in the last video and use it as one of the parts to create our template card. We'll also go over the basic parts of the boom card editor. Just a reminder, you can pause the video at any time and do that step, then resume. You can also find timestamps in the description section under this video to take you to specific steps in the tutorial. Let's get started. To begin, we need to sign in to Boom Learning. If you don't have an account, you can start with the trial account, which will give you access to the premium features. If you choose not to keep the premium account, you can opt out and still have access to your boom cards and be able to assign them to your students using FastPlay. If you have an existing account, just sign in. Once you are logged in, navigate to the Studio tab and scroll down to Asset Manager. Click Make Decks. Then click on New Deck. The template card. This is where the magic begins. It's basically the master card. You build all the elements you want to add to the template card, and then you tweak the remaining cards by replacing elements but maintaining consistent formatting throughout your deck, aka keeping it looking lovely. Our second step is to add in the background image for our deck. We're going to use the one we created in my last video. To do this, we're going to head over to the bottom right hand corner and click on Background Image. Then click on Upload. From there, navigate to where you saved your background image and click Open. Click on the image and voila! It is the background image for all your task cards. One of the features that sets this platform apart from others is the ability to insert audio clips. This is a great benefit for emergent and struggling readers by allowing us to add voice instructions to each card. For my purposes, it allows me to add both instructions and a way to check if students recognize the sight words we're working on. I'm on a Mac, so I use Garageband to record my audio, but you can even use an app on your phone to do this too. Open Garageband. Select Empty Project, then click Choose. Then click on Audio, the one with the mic, and then click Create. I turn off the metronome button because it distracts me, but I keep the count in button selected so I know when to start. I click on Record and say what I have to say. Then click Stop when I'm done. From there, I click Share and Export Song to Disk. I name the file and make sure to add it to the right file location so I can find it again later, and that it's being saved as an MP3, and click Export. It's also a good idea to listen to the playback to check that it sounds okay before exporting. To add audio to your boom cards, we're going to drag the sound icon onto our deck, then click Upload Sound. Navigate to where you saved the MP3 file and click Open. Then select the file. Now we're just going to resize the icon to fit nicely in the placeholder we made for it. Our next step is to add text, and if you want, you can upload a font. For this deck, I used AG, nope, not today, from the AG Font Collection Volume 1 that I've already purchased from TPT. To add a font to Boom Learning, we need to go back to the Creator Studio and scroll down to the Asset Manager and click on Fonts. Choose Upload Font. Because I've already downloaded my font, I'm going to search my download folder for the file I want. Just type in the font name and select it from the folder. Font files end in TTF or OTF. Then click Open. Now we can go back to our deck. Let's add some text boxes. Drag the text icon onto the deck. Type in your text. Then we're going to format the text by changing the font to AG, nope, not today. Then we're going to make it bold. We're going to center it and then resize it to a 48-point font. Instead of recreating the text box, we're just going to duplicate it by clicking the duplicate icon. I have 5 rectangles I want to use, so I'll duplicate it 5 times. Then move them where I want them. Don't worry about getting them perfect, because we're going to use the Align tool and that does it for us. Select all 5 text boxes by clicking on them while holding the Shift key. Then click Align Left. Next, we're going to make our task cards self-grading with the Answer Options section. I'm going to make all my answers wrong in this step on the master card. Then later, when I'm working on the individual cards, I'll change them to reflect the correct answers. Over here on the right-hand side, you can see the answer options. We're going to select all our text boxes again by clicking on each box while holding the Shift key. Then click on the Wrong button. Now that we've finished building our template card, we can work on individual cards. I've already made my audio for each of the 20 words I want to use in this deck. So I'm going to select the sound icon and go to the bottom right-hand corner and click Change Sound. I'll select the clip I want to use for my first card. Next, I'll change the word choices in the text boxes. Then, I'll select the text box with the correct answer and change it from wrong to correct. I don't want to create the whole card again, so I'm going to duplicate it using this icon here. I'll repeat these steps until I've created all my task cards. Our last step is to get it ready to be published, so we can start using the boom cards with our kids. At the top of the page is the Details button. This is where we are going to add the details about our boom cards. First, let's name it. Then, say what grades this would be appropriate for. The keywords are important. This is how people that are searching for cards will find yours. Some good keywords include Google Classroom, distance learning, RTI, etc. Then, if you're planning to sell them, you can add a price here. Here, I'm going to select Randomize, so the cards will get shuffled, and kids won't be tempted to copy from each other. On the next tab, Subject, we can select what subject this is for, and if we will be needing to use an on-screen keyboard. We won't, so we'll leave this alone. In the About tab, we can add a description so other teachers will know what the deck includes. In the Acknowledgements section, we are going to give credit to the creators of the font and clip art that we've used. I used KG fonts and AG fonts. Once you've added all your details, you can decide if you want to publish to store or private publish. If you only want to use it with your kids in your classroom and do not want to sell them, you will select Private Publish. If you want to sell them, select Publish to Store. There we go. That's the basics to creating your first set of boom cards. Now you're ready to share with your students. Stay tuned for the next video in this playlist. Remember to subscribe so you'll be notified when I add the next one. Thanks for watching.